All right, Eagles. It's time for you guys to pick yourselves up off the mat. It's time to get going. This is a must-win. Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, they come to town this Sunday. It's a must-win game. Get her done. Jeremy Burton is here. I'm Adrian FedQ. Okay, so Matt Ryan, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, quarterback rating of 119.0. Julio Jones shredded us last year. How in the hell are they going to stop those guys?
Oh, man, Matt Ryan, he leads the NFL in passing yards. It's going to be a tough test. Local kid, from Penn Charter. He's going to be having a lot of family in the stands, I'm sure. This is a must-win for the Eagles if you want to sniff the playoffs. Doug Peterson, he's sniffing a lot of his own ass recently because there's some of the calls I'm still not over the past 2 weeks, especially against the Giants. But we said, you need to learn from the Cowboys game. Oh, now he's going to learn from 2 horrible game calls. But at least this defense, I think we can score on. It's going to be the number one matchup I see is the battle in the trenches. Fletcher Cox has kind of been quiet after getting all those accolades, defensive player of the week and stuff at the beginning of the year. Is some of it attributed to Benny Logan being out? Possibly. That'll be helpful having him come back this week. But I'm looking at the matchup with Fletcher Cox and Alex Mack, key center acquisition for the Falcons in the offseason. Definitely is contributing to Matt Ryan's success. It helps having Julio Jones and a solid tandem of running backs. But this is a must-win. There's a lot of teams muddled in the 4-4, 5-3 range. In the conference. I think the Falcons are the number 2 team, only at 6-3. So if we get a win and we get the 5-4, we're back in it, and especially with such a tough schedule down the stretch. Every game is a must-win at this point almost. Let's just bring them hell. I don't know how we're going to stop Julio. We're not going to stop him in one-on-one coverage, that's for sure. You got to get pressure on Matt Ryan. It seems like it's the same script. We say the same thing every week. Get pressure on the quarterback. Don't expose the secondary. It's true, though. Because Nolan Carroll, Jonas McKelvin, are they going to – no, come on. Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. It's a joke.
Jonas McKelvin, way to go, pal. Oh, man. So he gave up 4 receptions for 83 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Perfect quarterback rating allowed. Hell. Oh, man, can't get much worse, I guess. Well, literally can't. All right, so let's talk about this matchup. Again, you brought it up. We say the same shit every week, but it's so damn true. Got to get pressure on Matt Ryan. The Falcons have allowed 22 sacks, the 6th most in the league. And it's a little bit surprising when you look at the numbers because if you look at them on paper, like you said, Alex Mack is your center. Ryan Schrader's pretty solid at right tackle. Jake Matthews has improved since kind of sucking to start his career. You got Andy Levitre. You got Chris Chester as your guards. It's not a bad starting lineup there. But, here's what the Falcons are. They run a lot of play action, a lot of deep play action. And in order for those routes, to Julio Jones to develop, you need time. And in this game, it's not like the Giants game last week. Ben McAdoo, he's all about getting the ball out quick. So I'm really curious to see what Kyle Shanahan does because is he going to resort to what he normally does, the deep play action kind of stuff, or is he going to look at that Giants tape and go, oh, okay, well, let's run a lot of quick step drops, get that secondary exposed, Julio Jones, run a lot of quick slants and then ball game over. And that's what I'm afraid of Sunday. If he resorts back to what he normally does, I think the Eagles got a shot. I think they can get to Matt Ryan. But if Kyle Shanahan, if he's smart about it, I am concerned because Julio Jones, he might shit on us again.
Jim Schwartz is looking at the same tape as well. And, he's got a scheme against Kyle Shanahan's offensive play calling. So he knows where we're weak, and he's got to do a good job of if he sees the game plan Kyle Shanahan's calling those kind of quick slants, hover a linebacker in zone to cover that cover that spot on the field where that ball is going to be. You got to mix in the blitz, like you said. You got to get to Matt Ryan. So, this is going to be, a mental and physical battle. Mental between the coaches, physical on the field. It's going to be a tough one, especially. Julio Jones and say we double him or whatever, take him away. They have solid running backs and catch out of the backfield. Devontae Freeman, if Tevin Coleman plays, Mohamed Sanu is a big target. So it's not going to be an easy game. But if we want to have any hope we can't go to 4-5. It's just a joke. It's not my fantasy team over here.
Well, my fantasy team's doing a little bit better, so I'm all right. But I wish my Eagles were better than my fantasy team. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice. Then they'd be in first place. Shit. Okay, so the thing the Giants did a lot of this last week. A lot of the quick 3-step drops, and we play cover. We play single high safety a lot of the time. Rodney McLeod wasn't able to get some of these sideline routes they're running, so they're running these little fade routes along the right sideline. Quick 3-step drop, just floating them, and Odell Beckham was shitting on us. So I don't know what the Falcons are going to do in terms of their game plan, but man, if you watch the tape, it's very simple to negate the pressure. You just take quick step drops, and that's it. Like unlike the Vikings, the Vikings, they have a great front seven too. They pressure the quarterback, but they have cornerbacks on the back end. They've got Xavier Rhodes. They've got guys. We don't, and that's the problem.
Yeah, luckily we have some solid safeties. I think they're going to be asked to do a lot to help those corners, especially in these matchups. You gotta shadow Julio Jones. It's not even a question. You can't let him get beat. You can't let McKelvin
quadruple, quintuple coverage, whatever. Don't let him make it. Go for the knees.
Yeah, you can't let Jalen Watkins run into his own player, or Leonis McKelvin have that dumb look on his face, looking back. Oh, that was. You heard him in his in his presser. There was more bleeps to that than actual words. So yeah, McKelvin, you can't do that again. You have the best receiver coming in the league coming to town. You never pray for an injury, but hopefully he just stubs his toe, gets turf toe or something, and he's out for the game. That'll help me and the Eagles.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I have Julio Jones in my fantasy team, so I don't want to see him go off. That'd be terrible. All right, I want to get to Carson Wentz now. All right, so first 3 games, 103.5 passer rating. And ever since Halapoulivaati Vaitai became the right tackle, he's been struggling. Whether that's a coincidence or not, who knows? I don't think it is, even though Vaitai has been playing better. Here's what's been going on. If you watched what I did last night, I did a film study on Wentz, and one of the problems is he's getting impatient in the pocket, and he's taking off when he doesn't have to. He's perceiving pressure to his right when it's not there. We saw it on the first interception of the game on Sunday. Rolls to his right, didn't need to. All he had to do was hang in the pocket, wait for Darren Sproles to go in the flat, and he had Nelson Aguilar wide open. Except, he scrambles to his right and he throws high because he didn't set his feet. The ball sailed. The mechanics are poor right now. So he's worrying about pressure more so than his mechanics. And this is kind of where the speed of the game, transitioning from the FCS to the NFL, it's kind of catching up to him right now in terms of this. So I'm hoping that, Doug, they're getting in the film room. He's teaching them some shit. And this has to get corrected. It really does, because the ball is starting to sail. And it's because his mechanics are poor, and it's because he's worried too much about pressure.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you. When Lane was in there, he was a great protection for him. So, is it a coincidence? I don't know. Vaitai has been better.
Yeah.
After the disastrous Redskins game, But yeah, these are just things that I mean, Carson Wentz said himself, he's sick to his stomach how these games are going, how he's playing. He knows he's better than this. He's these are fixable issues.
Yeah.
It's just he's got the he's got all the physical tools to bounce back from this. We've seen it. It's a lot of mind over matter kind of thing. So yeah, if he can just set his feet, don't worry about the pressure, just deliver a pretty ball like we saw the first month of the season. We'll have a lot more success. But yeah, a lot of this is on Doug. These losses, there's some of it on Carson too. He has not been that good. He's got to come through in that throw to Jordan Matthews to win the game. That's a simple route that you will hit, 99 times out of 100 in practice, I'm sure. At the end of the Giants game, it's just these are things that he's rushing. He's getting a little antsy. This has got to be corrected, and they're correctable. I'm not too worried about Carson, but mixing that, how Carson's been playing with some of the calls Doug has been making, is just that combination is the reason why Eagles fans are sick to their stomach these past couple weeks.
Oh yeah. It makes me sick that we are 4-4. Sickening. Because they could easily be 6-2. Yeah. I've seen
way better than that.
Yeah. All right. So I got some nuggets for you guys because Wentz has been struggling the first 10 minutes of games. His passer rating during this time frame, 55.7. The only touchdown he threw during the first 10 minutes of the game came on his opening possession of his career against the Cleveland Browns. So he's been getting off to really slow starts. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, I know that most quarterbacks, it kind of takes them like a couple series to kind of get into a rhythm. So this isn't nothing new. I mean, this isn't just for Carson Wentz. This is for a lot of guys. Donovan McNabb, I mean, it seemed like it took him an eternity to get going. Sam Bradford, this was a problem for him last year too. So quarterbacks get better as the game goes on, but Wentz is really struggling. Only one touchdown since the opening. Well, just one touchdown ever in his in the first 10 minutes of games. Only 4 field goals since that opening possession. So, what do you think? Is this? I mean, what's this all about? You think is it just something all quarterbacks go through, or is Wentz maybe a little bit worse than some of the other quarterbacks?
I don't think it's something we got to read too much into. I think that he'll settle down. It's an interesting stat, but
yeah, Reuben Frank, I got that one from him.
Oh, okay, that is interesting. I did not know that. I mean, I watched all the games obviously, but never put that. Makes sense now. He has had slow starts, especially recently. Look at the Vikings had the 2 picks in the beginning. 2 picks in the beginning of the Giants game. These are. It seems like he's making his mistakes early, but at least he's showing the poise to, bring us back. Like in that Vikings game, he didn't let down. We won the game. He tried to bring us back in the Giants game. Didn't have another pick after the first quarter. I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into the first quarter struggles. I think he'll come around. But silver lining, it's nice to see that, he's not letting it affect him as much. He still hasn't been perfect, but he's not continuing to throw picks throughout the whole game, or he's still hanging in there and trying. But no, he's got to be better overall. He's got to play a consistent 4 quarters. This is the NFL. You're playing top-notch talent. This isn't North Dakota State and 1AA. So he's got to be better in all phases. I want to see the Carson we saw the first 3 weeks for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Because the other thing that's been brought up this week is, he's not being able to close the deal in the fourth quarter. I think some of this is him. I also think some of it is the play calling. But I will say this: the play call on the last play of the game was perfect, because Giants were playing cover zero. They were bringing a lot of pressure on that final drive. And to negate the pressure, they called a quick 3-step drop. Jordan Matthews got one-on-one coverage. Sure, the coverage was a little bit tight, but we saw Carson Wentz. He made that throw before his first NFL touchdown. It was on the slot fade route, and you got to put the ball on the outside shoulder. But the ball was this way, and it was just off. It was just a bad throw, and that was that. So that last drive, I was more on Carson than it was on Doug, even though Doug is a piece of shit and he's fucking up.
No, that when I saw that throw just wobble, it looked so, just float in the air. It was so horrible. And Jordan Matthews doesn't even know where the ball is. It was just sickening. But you're right. I mean, Doug, even if he didn't, he's got to know. He's played in this division. He's played on the Eagles. He knows these NFC East rivalries. I mean, he's got to know, especially in the first quarter, that points are so valuable. It's a 14-3 game. You make it an 8-point game. You go 14-6. And even if he just went a field goal on one of those 4th and shorts, and would have allowed us to be 3 points closer and only needing a field goal at a very makeable range to win the game, on that last play. But to just have a nice completion, Aguilar, and then on that last drive, just go incompletion. Oh, wait, another incompletion. 4 straight incompletions to end the game there after, it's just sick. And Jordan Hicks had that beautiful interception.
I came.
I don't want to talk about that game anymore.
Well, I came when he made the pick. That was beautiful. I was just splurging everywhere. Okay, so you know what I'm really concerned about this game? Okay, so the Falcons' defense isn't great, but they got 2 guys that are pretty damn good. Desmond Trufant and Vic Beasley.
Oh.
Vic Beasley, little V, is going up against Big V. Vic Beasley's really quick. And what I've seen on tape, Big V isn't really good against quickness. So I am very, very concerned about Vic Beasley. And this is a game where, goddamn it, Doug, you better give him some help. Because Beasley has already had 3.5 sacks in a game. And he might go for like 4 or 5 if Doug's not careful.
That's another matchup to look at for sure.
I'm scared.
Brent Selleck will be Vitai's best friend, or at least should be. Tie him to his hip if you have to. I don't care. Don't put Green Beckham out there. Sacrifice him and keep Selleck on the field. I don't give a shit.
Handcuff him to Big V so he can't run around. Just handcuff.
Yeah. Just attach him at the hip. You're going to have to. Vic Beasley's a hell of a young player. He's definitely an up-and-comer in this league, pass rusher. So, that's a matchup to be worried about. There's a few of them in this game, but he's got to use his personnel the right way. Doug, he's a smart guy. I still hold faith in Doug, even though he's really pissed me off the last couple of weeks. We'll see. We'll see. In the life of being an Eagles fan, there's lots of ups and downs and heartbreak. So, I'm used to it now, but it still hurts. We just got to call a right game. You can't have another dud in a row, especially. I love being back home. That's huge. Get the crowd into it. If you win the coin toss, take the ball, go down, score, get the crowd into it right away. That's what I think.
We need Brian Dawkins to lay a big hit on Algie Crumpler over the middle. That's what we need.
That was a good matchup.
Wow.
I remember that game.
Oh, that
man.
was a game. Oh,
that There it is. Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Heaven
That's it.
froze over. Heaven froze over in that game. It was cold.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll never forget that hit, dude. Michael Vick against us. He couldn't do shit.
Nope. Not at all. Yeah. So, fuck it, Doug. He's going to have to match the Falcons score for score. And that means if it's 3rd and 10, if I see a fucking screen pass, I will get past security guards. I will get into Lincoln Financial Field, and I'll have to have a little word with him. We'll have a little chat. I'm not going to skin him. I'm not going to do any of that. I don't want to go to jail. But dude, he's got to stop that shit. Like, the Falcons are going to score a lot of points. You got to be aggressive in this game. None of this ultra conservative bullshit. Alex Smith is in Kansas City. He's not here. We have Carson Wentz. Carson is an arson. He's on fire.
Yeah, if there's a 3rd and 8 and you throw it behind the line of scrimmage, I swear to God, I'm going to break the TV. And it just
I will not break my TV because it's 55 inches, but I might break something else.
And don't give me that shit where, if Jason Kelce got over there and made the block, if we executed the blocking right, it would have been a 20-yard game. No, shut up. Throw the ball past the marker. And now Bryce Treggs is going to see an expanded role. Great, because he can actually run a route. Josh Huff couldn't. He can run a go route. I want to see more. I want to see Bryce Treggs catch a 70-yard touchdown. He should have had that should have been a touchdown bomb. He didn't get tied up in the shoelaces. The guy got a hand on his foot, tripped him up. That was a touchdown. I want to see more Bryce Treggs. That's the aggression I want to see. I want to see, beat him with the post, 25-yard down, in the hole, down the midfield. Like, I want to see it. None of these little dinkers. None of the check down. It's not check down Sammy. Alex Smith is in KC. He's not here. Let's go. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's got to open up the playbook here, and it's going to be a shootout. So if you want to win, because Atlanta's going to score. They have a high-octane offense.
Yeah, so we will use Nelson Aguilar. He will be our sacrificial lamb. Let him go against Trufant. And then DGB, I'm starting to give some fuck about you. Jesus Christ. So I like watching the tape, man. He literally didn't get any separation against Janoris Jenkins all game. It was awful. Even if you look at, the film study I did yesterday, look at the minimal separation he got on those fade routes. He got none. Absolutely none. So, and then Wentz, obviously, if you watched it, he wasn't really putting a lot of air under it. So DGB couldn't make a play on the ball, but god damn, dude, like at some point, man, your routes got to get better, dude. Just Jesus Christ. So I'm looking at Jordan Matthews having a big game in this one, being the slot guy, and I'm not scared of Atlanta's cornerbacks. I believe they're 29th or 30th in passer rating allowed. So they're vulnerable against the pass. So if V and whoever can help out on Beasley, and they give Carson Wentz some time, and Wentz kind of learned how to play in the pocket during the week, stay patient in there, deliver strikes, they can move the ball. So it's going to have to depend on a couple things. No more of this fucking scrambling when you don't need to. Doug's got to get more aggressive. And you fucking get the ball to Jordan Matthews and maybe even Zach Ertz a little bit. So, and then you'll have your sacrificial lamb in Aguilar.
DGB, man, go back to him. I think he just jogs the routes. I saw one replay. I mean, I didn't watch game film like you did, but I watched the game, and there was a replay where he got tripped up on his own feet. He was like jogging. He's just not. He's just the slowest.
It's like molasses.
He's like the slowest, fast-looking guy. Like, he looks athletic, but he's just a total mirage. it's just a facade. Then he puts you on. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a great athlete, and then I could beat him in a race. Stupid. But I do like to see Jordan Matthews having a good game. Plug him in your PPR leagues. I think he'll catch some balls. I think he'll get at least 8 of them. And I like Sproles has been doing solid as a running back. He hasn't really gotten many rushing touchdowns, but he's moving the ball. He'll emerge from that pile of massive men, and he'll get 5-6 yards pop. I mean, he's been doing it. So, and then mix in Matthews if he doesn't have a toothache, and you got the rest of the rotation there. So yeah, I definitely see the offense putting up points. It's gonna be on Doug again to call the plays right. I mean, please. It's not going to happen this year, but like if this year ends up being a lost cause, and you got to think about giving the play calling to Frank Reich. I mean, as a young head coach, first-time head coach, there's a lot on your plate to call the plays and manage the game, manage everybody. So, it's tough. Doug has a lot on his plate. He's got to do better.
Well, the thing about Frank Reich is he's just as conservative, so you're not really helping the cause. I don't think. But hey, all right. Now I'll tell you what. It's funny. So I want to bring this point up because we didn't really get to do an extensive recap. The fourth down stuff. It's funny to me that when they were 5 for 5, everything was all cool and dandy, and then they had missed 2 of them. And everyone wants to fucking fire Doug, including myself. Fire Doug. No, I'm just kidding. But this is actually funny because this is actually the game where you might want to go for some 4th and shorts because you got to go score for score against Atlanta. But I remember there was a 4th and 1 at midfield against Minnesota, and I remember just on Twitter everyone was praising Doug oh, what balls. You go for it 4th down. And I remember watching it live. I'm like, this is fucking idiotic. Going for a 4th and 1 against an offense that couldn't move the ball. Just punt the ball and make them go the length of the field. We weren't moving the ball much better. So we actually wound up getting the 4th down, which is funny. And everybody was praising Doug. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that was fucking stupid. And they wound up getting away with it. And then the Giants game comes around. He does the same thing. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to crucify him. It's funny how it works.
Yeah, it's true. You're a god if it works, and you're the goat if it doesn't. It's just that's Philly. That's Philly for you, and that's most places anyway. I mean, on paper it says to take the points there, especially in divisional matchup on the road. I mean, the Vikings game was at home, and neither team was really moving the ball. This is in a game in the Giants. The Giants just scored 2 touchdowns on you. You've had a couple picks. You take all the points you can get. You think it's going to be a close divisional game. They usually are. In this situation against the Giants, I think that was a wrong call. Some other situations early in the year, against the Browns, whatever. The Vikings, we were at home. They weren't moving the ball much either. It's different. This is against the Giants team that's moving the ball, and you're losing, and yeah, it was not the time to get cute. And okay, I can see if you do have those balls and you go for it. All right, don't run a read option quarterback sweep for -3. Come on, sell that play action and give him the run. Give Carson the run pass option. Have Ertz run in the flat. Sell the run, and he's probably wide open. Just idiotic play calls if you are going to go for it on 4th and short, that I could do a better job calling those plays. I mean, and I'm just sitting at home here. What I know, I'm just a stupid engineer.
No, you're not a stupid. It actually takes some fucking smarts to be an engineer. Tell you that right now. My brother knows exactly what you're talking about. He makes some money, lucky bastard. Okay, so you're exactly right, because the 4th downs, it's about the momentum at that point. You got to stop the bleeding, right? Because we were down 14-3, 14-0, whatever it was. And so at that time, like everything is circumstantial, whether or not you go for it on fourth down or not. At that point in time, that is not the time and place to do that sort of shit. You take the points, you try to halt the momentum a little bit, play some defense, you get the ball back, you score again. That's So the Vikings game, I didn't believe in it. Last game, I didn't believe in it. Everything else, like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Like even that 2-point conversion they went against the Steelers, I agreed with that too. I think more coaches should do that. Go for 2. I like how Mike Tomlin goes for a lot of 2-point conversions, but it's about the play call too. Like you said, like, and this is something that I'm a little bit concerned about on 3rd and shorts because, like, I did all this studying during the summer. His play calling last year, these 3rd and shorts, for whatever reason, he likes to attack the boundaries, and I don't understand. Like last year, like he would call these fucking option pitches with Alex Smith, like rolling him to the right, and fucking either you run for it yourself or you pitch it. And I fucking hated it. I despised it. Like, you run the ball up the middle. Maybe I'm just old school. And then when you do run up the middle, you don't do it with Darren Sproles. You know? Like, shit, man. 4th and 1, I'd rather sneak the ball. So, it's like, come on, dude. Come on. So there's some concerning tendencies that I am a little bit concerned about moving forward. As you know, I'm not a big Doug guy, and I know you like him. That's all we'll say. Because if I mention the name Chip Kelly, we will be yelling at each other for the next 10 minutes, and I won't do that. But yeah, bring back Chip.
You had to put that one in there. Fuck Chip. But I
don't here anymore though.
Oh, good. But you got your minion though. He's there.
Yeah, well, his name's not Chip. His name's Calvin.
But yeah, it is frustrating. On those 3rd and shorts, like a sweep, like it takes so long for it to develop. The linebackers have a chance to read it and break the gaps and get back there. It just makes more sense. There's more bodies. Yeah, I agree. Run it up the middle. I love the fullbacks. Get a fullback there. Put Trey Burton in front of Ryan Matthews.
I'd rather have him carry the ball than Darren Sproles in a 3rd and short.
Yeah, there's sweeps. There's backwards horizontal passes on 3rd. No, like he's got some. Yeah, Doug has some goober in him, but and it shows in his play calls. But I agree. He's got to be more aggressive. You got to know what to call in all the situations. He's got that huge menu play chart like Andy Reid in front of him. He's got his always face in there. He's got some good stuff there. I know he does. But he's so keen on if the blocking was executed properly, well, no, it's not going to be perfectly the way you planned it up, drew it up every time. And there's a better chance to get it if you're going north-south than there's more of a chance of the blocking messing up if you're going east-west. And defense has a chance to converge. I just think, you run straight ahead. I don't. It doesn't happen much in Doug's system, but he's got to do it.
I wanted to fucking slit his throat when he was talking about that. Thinking that, all right, so Sean Lee, one of the most instinctive linebackers in the league, coming full speed, he diagnoses the play immediately. So you think Jason Kelsey is supposed to block that man? You think
he was already limping?
You really
Kelsey
think
was already limping.
What'd you say?
Kelsey was limping at halftime. He was limping off the field. He wasn't 100%. And you expect him to, go get one of the best instinctive linebackers in the league. Oh, yeah, I got him, coach. Don't worry. Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck Doug. Fuck Chip.
I'm not at a fuck Doug yet, but I'm definitely fuck Chip.
Got any Chip impressions for me?
I don't know about tonight. My throat's still a little sore. I got nothing.
All right. Yeah, Bryce Triangle. I can't do it. I can't.
Hey, he was on his team, but
yeah, I know I should have got rid of him. All right. Let's do
Um,
predictions. Unless you got something else you want to say.
predictions. Yeah, let's go. Well, if I was right on all my predictions, the Eagles would be 8-0 right now.
Ah, well, I think I know where you're going with this.
But you just gotta hope we can match them score for score. I'm calling a shootout. I'm calling it a field goal game. I'll say I like the home crowd. I think that's going to come to our advantage, and I think we'll pull it out 33-30.
All right. I got 30-27 Falcons. I keep it real over here. No bias. So it's, the Eagles are 3-0 at home. They obviously look like a completely different team at home. But the Falcons are also, I believe, 4-1 on the road. They've played really, really well on the road. And they should have won in Seattle. So, I think the Falcons, they look like they're for real. I mean, this was the point of the year last year where they started to go downhill. So I'm hoping that that trend continues. It goes into this year. But I'm concerned about Vic Beasley. I'm concerned about Julio Jones. Now, if Kyle Shanahan is an idiot and he goes to his normal deep drops for Matt Ryan, then I think we can pressure him, get to him, and get the Falcons off the field. So if that happens, we will win. If not, we're fucked, I think. So who knows what will happen. But, it's definitely winnable. I don't want to say we're going to lose this game. I mean, the Eagles are favored, I believe. So, clearly they can win this game. I'm just a little bit concerned about Julio Jones and Vic Beasley. So that's my thing. But, yeah. So you got the Eagles winning. I got them losing. But it's going to be a close game. Should be a good game.
Yeah, the trend for the Eagles is we've been winning the games that we're supposed to lose. And, this is a game, the Falcons are very, very beatable. I mean, their defense is not that great. If we force Matt Ryan to throw a pick, if we get a turnover or two, maybe another defensive or special teams touchdown that comes through, I definitely see us winning this game, especially being at home. I don't see us dropping, 3 in a row after the way the last 2 games have went. We're better.
4 or 5.
Yeah, but I just think we are better than, and this is.
No, they are. Yeah.
And we are better than 4-4, and we have to show it. And this is a prove it game because, we got what's next? Seattle and Green Bay, I think. So, yeah. It's tough, tough stretch ahead. These are gonna be tough games. So, you got to get one right here. You got to get back on the positive side of 500.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, if they win this game, they're going to make the playoffs, I think. Because if they lose, they're 4-5. Seattle, get the fuck out of here. You're not winning that game. Green Bay, maybe you can beat them at home. Green Bay's vulnerable this year. I mean, I'm looking at those last 4 games. You got 3 divisional games at home, and you got at Baltimore. It wouldn't surprise me if they went 4-0. It wouldn't at all. So if you can somehow get through this next 4 games, you go 2-2. You win your last 4 games. You go 10-6. You can make the postseason. I just don't see it happening. That's the thing. I think we're gonna go like 8-8, 9-7, and fall like a game or 2 behind. That's and it's it's our schedule more than anything. We have a very, very tough schedule. I mean, I think it's the hardest in the league remaining. So it's brutal. It's very, very brutal, and it sucks because they had their fucking chances. Lions, Cowboys, Giants. If you would have won fucking 2 of those 3, be at 6-2, and you'd be sitting pretty.
I know, man. It's so frustrating, but I totally agree with what you were saying about if you break down these next I always do that too. I break down the season in 4 games at a time. And the last month, we got 3 out of 4 home games. I don't think they're almost must-win divisional games. They're all revenge. I think at home they're all winnable division games, and Baltimore is very beatable. So yeah, if you can somehow pull out a couple wins between Falcons, Bengals, Seattle, and Green Bay. Not in that order, but yeah. If you go 2-2, I can see that. Bengals have been vulnerable this year. I mean, Green Bay has been vulnerable. I think the only loss you chalk up is probably at Seattle. That's
I just
tough.
don't see that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I see definitely 9-7, and hopefully 10-6.
Yeah, I would think
Tough.
you got to go 10-6, even though right now, even though the standings are only one game behind right now, you got Green Bay at 4-4. I would think Green Bay is going to start playing better at some point. Arizona's 3-4-1. So some of these teams that are, they should be better. So that's what that's my thing. Maybe the Vikings continue the free fall, so that would help tremendously. You never know. I mean, 9-7 might get you in. You never know. Maybe we get a tie and we go 9-6-1. Never know.
Oh, we did that in 2008, the miracle last game of the year, where we needed two teams to lose. I think we needed the fucking Raiders to win a game and somebody else, and we snuck in and ended up going to the NFC Championship, and that was with the whole.
Yeah,
that was with the whole.
And the Bears.
Raiders and Tampa. We needed Raiders and Tampa, I think.
Raiders beat Tampa, and the Texans beat the Bears, I believe.
Yeah, and all that happened. That was with the whole benching of McNabb. Didn't know what a tie was. Kevin Cobb came in, got smoked by Ravens in that game. Yeah, it was just that was a mess of a season, but it ended up going to the NFC Championship. But we'll see. Yeah, I definitely think teams will start pulling away. You need 10 wins. I hope the Vikings free fall. That'll help us in more than one way in the standings and our first round pick. Boom.
Yeah, I would love to face them in a playoff game. Hi, Sam.
Yeah.
With one eye like this.
Yeah.
By the way, I just about my eye, because I know people talk about it all the time. Like, you guys like to talk shit, like you Cowboys fans, Giants fans. I had fucking cancer in my eye. So if you want to talk shit, go ahead. But then you're making fun of cancer. So fuck all you guys that make fun of it. So in case you guys were wondering, because I've heard it all. Oh, what's that cum stain in your eye? It's fucking cancer, you idiots. So there you go. I don't care. I'm not insecure. There it is. There's your reasoning. All right, so that's about it. Final thoughts time.
You're still the man.
What's that?
I'm going to say you're still the man.
Oh, of course I'm the man. Doesn't matter. I still pull the ladies.
Oh, that's fine.
So, final thoughts.
Final thoughts, man. Doug's just got to call the right game plan. Jim Schwartz has to call the right game plan. Everything has to go. Just prepare correctly. Carson, settle down, kid. Show what you can do. You're back at home. I like the Eagles this game.
I hope I'm fucking wrong. So that's my final thought. I hope I'm wrong. Because I was right about Dallas, and I hated it. And I had them winning last week, but we lost. I have them losing this week. So hopefully I'm wrong. We'll see. So my final thought was basically my eye thing. So all you fuckheads that were wondering, there's your reason. Okay. Jeremy Burton, I'm Adrian Fedque. Later.